What's up, beautiful people? Another day, another study. We've talked a lot about ultra processed foods on the channel before. Ultra processed foods in clinical studies is usually done by the NOVA criteria. So you can look that up. Just Google NOVA criteria and what defines the four criteria. And this study was looking at the intake of ultra processed foods and all cause mortality. And they were trying to figure out a dose response. So they used total energy intake and the percent of ultra processed food as total energy intake. And they found for every 10% increase of ultra processed food as the contributor to total energy intake, there was an increase in all cause mortality by 2.7%. In the US, during this study, there was a total of 54.5% of total energy intake from ultra processed foods. And when they looked at the deaths, they calculated something called the population attributable fraction, which is looking at all of the deaths that occurred, what percent was due to whatever variable. In this case, it was ultra processed foods, and they estimated that that was 13.7%. And the absolute estimate was 124,000 deaths in the US during this study period. So, a few things here. Number one, I think it's a disservice to demonize all ultra processed foods and just lump them all together because things like protein powder are ultra processed and have a variety of health benefits associated with them. So, that's a limitation in the NOVA criteria. Another thing is why I wanted to bring this up. A lot of people will say that all of the health problems that we have are associated with nutrition. Well, no, this study was showing that for a 10% increase, there was a 2.7% increase in all-cause mortality, and only about almost 14% of the deaths during the study period were attributable to ultra-processed food intake. So a far cry from what you hear a lot of social media influencers say. Health and disease are very complex. And so what I do is I look at a variety of things, sometimes genetics, looking at nutrition, exercise, stress management, sleep, looking at blood work, looking at people's lifestyle. How many steps are they getting? How active are they? Are they living a life of purpose and joy? All of these things matter for health. And so it makes really good headlines to scare you saying this one thing is the cause of all your problems. But in reality, those of us who are actually clinicians know that it's a lot more complicated than that.